Have you ever noticed how your mind feels noisy all the time? You wake up, and before your feet even touch the floor, your brain is already overloaded. Notifications, responsibilities, comparisons, anxiety about the future, regret about the past. And slowly, and without realizing it, your thinking becomes foggy. You stop seeing life clearly. You overthink simple decisions. You lose focus easily. You feel mentally tired even after doing nothing important. But here's the strange part. Mental clarity is not something you find. It's something you remove the noise from. Because the human mind was never designed to process endless stimulation every second of the day. And in this video, we're going to explore the real psychology behind mental clarity, why most people lose it, and how you can reclaim it. Why your mind feels cluttered. Your brain is constantly filtering information, every sound, every thought, every emotion, every social interaction. But modern life overloads this system. Think about it. Most people consume more information in one day than humans consumed in months hundreds of years ago. Your brain never gets silence anymore. And when the mind becomes overloaded, something dangerous happens. It loses the ability to prioritize. Everything starts feeling equally important. A text message feels urgent. A random opinion online affects your mood. Small problems become mental chaos. Psychologists call this cognitive overload. When too much information enters the brain, your mental energy becomes fragmented, and fragmented attention creates fragmented thinking. That's why people today struggle to focus deeply, not because they're lazy, but because their minds never fully rest. Mental clarity is impossible when your attention is constantly being stolen. The hidden enemy of clear thinking. But information overload is only part of the problem. The deeper issue is emotional clutter. Unresolved emotions create mental fog, stress, fear, guilt, insecurity, comparison. Most people don't realize how much emotional weight they carry daily. A single negative thought can silently consume mental energy for hours. Your brain keeps replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios, thinking about what could go wrong, and eventually, your mind becomes crowded with invisible tension. This is why some people can sit alone in silence and still feel mentally exhausted, because clarity is not just about removing distractions from your environment, it's about removing internal noise. And here's the truth most people avoid. A chaotic mind often comes from a chaotic lifestyle. Poor sleep, endless scrolling, lack of purpose, constant stimulation. The brain adapts to whatever environment you repeatedly give it. If you train your mind to live in distraction, it loses the ability to stay clear. How mental clarity is actually built. Mental clarity is not created by motivation. It's created by space. Think about your mind like a glass of muddy water. If you keep shaking it constantly, the water stays cloudy. But if you leave it still, the dirt slowly settles, and the water becomes clear naturally. That's exactly how the human mind works. Clarity appears when the mind finally becomes still enough to process itself. This is why some of the most powerful habits for mental clarity are surprisingly simple. Walking alone without your phone, sitting in silence for 10 minutes, writing your thoughts down, getting proper sleep, reducing unnecessary stimulation, deep focus. These habits seem small, but psychologically, they restore cognitive balance because the brain needs recovery just like the body does. And one of the fastest ways to regain clarity is to slow down your mental input. Most people are trying to think their way out of confusion while constantly feeding the confusion. The power of a clear mind. A clear mind changes everything. You make better decisions. You stop reacting emotionally to every situation. You become more focused, more aware, more intentional. And most importantly, you begin seeing reality for what it truly is. Not through fear, not through stress, not through social pressure, but through awareness. Mental clarity gives you control over your own mind. And in a world designed to constantly distract you, that becomes a superpower. Because most people are not thinking consciously anymore. They're simply reacting. But the people who learn to protect their attention, protect their peace. Final awakening. So if your mind feels overwhelmed lately, maybe the answer isn't to do more. Maybe the answer is to remove what's unnecessary. Less noise, less distraction, less mental chaos. Because clarity was never missing. It was buried underneath everything fighting for your attention. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do for your mind is finally give it silence. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content on psychology, self-mastery, and human potential. And remember, a clear mind creates a clear life.